What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. You guys, the sky is falling right now. Everything's going wrong. The cycle's over, and, well, unfortunately, nobody's going to be a millionaire. We're all just going to lose all our money. So that's that. I'll see you next time. Have a great day. No, that's not at all what's happening, okay? If you look at this, and there's a reason why I have this on a monthly time frame here, right? This is absolutely lower than I was expecting, than I know I'm sure a lot of you were expecting as well. Some of us out there might have been expecting this low to come in, or prices this low to come in, but the area that we were looking to hold, right, which we did not hold yesterday, was $350, and we actually closed well below that. And I have been saying really throughout this whole range that if we were to close below 350, that we would quickly see prices around, I think it was like 320 to 280. Let's see what it would be based off of here from this high to low, or low to high here. Maybe it wasn't off of this one. Maybe it was more. Maybe it was this one here. Yeah. Low to high here. Yeah, the 618 all the way at 288 there. That might have been the area. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like I'm remembering something else. Maybe it was off of this low to that high. I don't know. That doesn't add up either. But anyways, regardless, moot point. We are down here. We are at around the 618 right now, and we hit a low so far of about $295.48. We're at $308 now. It's completely possible and even likely at this point that we will continue to go lower. I really did not expect prices to be down here. I really did not. And the fact that they are does not mean anything negative on the market, right? If anything, it's a positive opportunity for people to buy if they hadn't gotten in. Think about it from this perspective, right? There's nothing fundamentally different with Bitcoin Cash at this price than it was up here, right? Nothing wrong has happened in the ecosystem. There's no rug pull. There's no kind of scandalous activity going on, right? It's the same fundamental value down here as it was up here. So you're getting it at a discount, right? If you liked buying it up here, if you liked buying it down here, I know I did. You would love buying it here. It's at a hell of a discount, you guys. We saw prices below $300 today, this week. I mean, it's incredible, the opportunity that we have right now to buy. And again, back to the monthly chart here, if I can pull it up, if we look at it, we're still in a perfect trajectory upwards, right? This is lows down here, higher lows here, just another higher low after having a higher high as well. So it's nothing to be too worried about. I'm not concerned at this point. I suppose the time to get concerned, when would that be? Like really get concerned, right? Like at risk of the cycle ending concerned. I mean, really would probably be, I mean, truthfully, I would start to be concerned. It's hard to say, right? Because I think we could hold support here, come down, and then even go lower if we wanted to, and that's okay. But I really would not like to see this 618 get broken. I'd really like to see, or the 69 actually, that $260 area, I would like that to hold. I personally would start to be concerned if we broke that. But there is still a cause for hope, right? We could hold the 786 and 886, and it's so far away, right? But the real area that there's like no more hope, something's wrong, we've busted, hold on 1 second. Yeah, we've busted market structure would be if we break this 786, 886 area, specifically about like $200. And normally I would look for that 886 break to tell me that we are going to lower prices. But I think we would have a break of this structure, well before that. So, and that's not the best drawn line, but you can see, right, the overall structure of this. Like if we were to go too much lower than this 61869 area, that would really have me concerned to begin with. But this area would be the end all be all that needs to hold, I suppose. But we're ways away from that right now. I wonder what the crypto fear and greed index looks like. I wonder what Jesus coin's doing, because last time everything dumped, this thing pumped. Actually, it's right around the areas that might be good for a buy as well. BCH going back here. No, crypto fear and greed index. That's what we were doing. You guys, it's the 4th of July, right? For me, it is still. I know on the charts it says it's the 5th, but it's, oh my goodness, wow. You guys, this is the lowest reading we've seen on the fear and greed index in over a year. We haven't hit below 30, and we've interacted with this 3 times. That's crazy, man. That's really crazy. Wow. Yeah. Some of the lowest places, the lowest that we've seen the fear and greed index be since January of 2023. Crazy, man. Yeah, probably a good time to buy. Probably definitely a good time to buy. I would expect that we see a nice recovery sooner than later, right? But this month of July is already off to a bad start. I want to look at the monthly on that note. I guess closing here wouldn't be too bad, actually, closing right here. And we are interacting with this previous high point, right? Finding support. If we look at this for what it is, right? This low here, I'm going to put it on the weekly. This low, we literally tipped the previous area of resistance, tipped that point, and then that was it. We didn't move up immediately, but that was it as far as downside goes. This one here, the low that we're at now, it didn't go perfect to this area, but it is pretty perfect with the weekly closing high here. And again, it wouldn't be crazy. And there's a couple other areas of resistance here, a little bit of support here. You know, and resistance. It's kind of like in the middle support right there. It is somewhat of a significant area, but it wouldn't be crazy at all to see the price go a little bit lower down to that 618. Okay. Generally speaking, actually, whenever you see, I'm going to delete this line, the low that we have there. Generally, whenever you find support just above the 618, that's actually a really bullish case, a very bullish sign. That implies that there was like heavy buying down here. You would expect to see this zone being hit, but if you can't even get to it, that means that there's so much buying pressure that obviously you can't get down there. So, or potentially also a combination of a lot of buying pressure and not a lot of selling pressure, right? You can see this week. This is just kind of what I'm talking about by not a lot of selling pressure. We've got about 3 days left in this week, so we're already halfway through the week. Not a lot of volume, and yet this is one of the more substantial candles that we've seen. Negative 21%. This was 23% down right here. Look at the amount of volume we saw this week versus we have less than half. We probably have about a third of the volume. Now there is still 3 days left, of course, so that can come in, but perhaps that volume comes in the form of moving up, and we have a big wick on this week. I mean, I don't know. You know, hopefully we do, but time will tell. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame on the RSI. Lowest reading that I think we've seen all cycle on this 4-hour RSI, man. Like literally, what is it? It went down to a below a 6. That's pretty nuts, man, right? Like that's like breaking through the 90 area on the bullish side. You're breaking through the 10 area here. That's crazy. Yeah, that's the lowest read on the 4-hour time frame, you guys, since, oh my goodness, years, guys, years. We haven't been this low on the 4-hour since September 24th, 2019, okay? Just to show you. And let's see where we were in reference to that. I mean, we were at the bottom, right? We went a little bit lower if we zoom in here, okay? Because that was I believe that was it, yeah, right? The only time that we were below 6 since this time here. Crazy, man. Let's zoom it in a little bit more. If I seem relaxed, it's because it is the 4th of July. Happy 4th of July, everybody. And it's late for me. It's a lot later than it normally is, right? We had bullish divergence form, but here at the base of this where we did end up going a little bit lower, right? And there was a lot more volume, to be fair, than we're experiencing now, at least relatively speaking. Let's just see, actually, for comparison's sake. 41.6K essentially on Coinbase here. What do we got going on now? 12.8K, right? Same readings. I don't know. Again, I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised either way. If we held this as support and then continue to move up from here, it's a perfect area to do so, but it would make more sense from a technical perspective to actually interact with the 618 area. And just based off of what we saw, the only other time that we've been this low, that you move up, you come back down, you form a higher low, you get that bullish divergence forming. That higher low bullish divergence would mean that we get a lower low in the price, higher low, lower low, lower low in the price, higher low in the indicator. That is bullish divergence by definition, so it wouldn't be crazy. Pair that with bouncing off your 618, 69 area, it would just be a story bucket ending to this magnificent downside. I know a lot of people are hurting right now, and I feel for you. Trust me, I'm assuming And by the way, before I actually get started on that little on this pep talk here, we do have bullish divergence. Oh, I guess if today closes here or lower, then we don't. But if we can close today a little bit higher or even green, then we would have bullish divergence. We don't actually have bullish divergence until we get a green day, though, and as long as obviously we have a higher low, which we don't at the moment. But again, we're really close to making this bullish divergence. If today closes green, or if it at least closes, I would say probably above like 315, 312, something like, or 313, something like that. It doesn't need to be too much higher than it is now. But I know a lot of you are hurting, right? I know a lot of you, maybe you're hurting and you're not even in the red. Maybe you bought Bitcoin Cash down here. You're still in the green, but it's at $311. The high was at $720. I get it, man. I get it. Even if you're still in the green, you're hurting from your highs in your portfolio. I get it. This is the point. These are the points where capitulation happens, where people make the bad decisions, right? Where they sell down here. They had all this chance up here to sell, right? They had this second chance here to sell. And I was definitely advocating a buy here. I bought more over here, right? Actually, I bought more right there at 390 also. 390. That was like the lowest that I bought, right? I really didn't think that we were going to go lower than these lows here. But looking at it for what it is, it's the right area to find support. It wouldn't be crazy if it went a little bit lower, right? We still have higher lows in this overall trend. It's not anything to be sweating too much, and I personally do enjoy these down phases, right? They're kind of exciting. It's not what you want to see. You want to see it going up, of course, but it's a great opportunity to buy some cryptos, right, at a massive discount. Just think about it like this, right? Like if you were going to buy up here, you only had $1,000 or only had $100 to buy. Well, now that same $100 buys you, or $1,000 buys you over twice as much, right? Let alone if you have more money, right? If you've got significantly more money than that, so just your dollar goes a lot further for the same coin that again has the same fundamental value as it did here, as it does here, as it did back here. Of course, there's updates that happen that add to the fundamental value or take away from it, depending on how you look at it as well. But fundamentally speaking, this is still Bitcoin Cash, right? It's still the house of the dragon up in here, man. And this thing has a one-way ticket to the skies, inevitably. Don't let these past few months shake you out, right? Don't let it scare you. We are above the 50 on the monthly, which is nice to see. We did come in pretty well, actually, with this resistance trend line here, right? Very well, actually, literally tipping it. It is possible that this could be, right, just from this look alone, that this could be the beginning of another, of a more substantial down move, right? I don't think it is. I really don't think it is, because that would imply a very short bull run, and that just doesn't make sense to me either. But sometimes the things that don't make sense are the ones that happen. But I genuinely do think we are either at the low or very near the low. I feel like a broken record, man, because I've been saying that for about, I don't know, 3 weeks now, 4 weeks now, right? But it's only getting more true as we get to the lows. I hope everybody's doing all right, or as well as you can be. Not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. You guys make your own decisions. You're big boys and big girls, but it's definitely not a good time to sell. If anything, and this is how you know it's not a good time to sell, right? I'm speaking to the people specifically who bought here or who bought up here, right? I'm talking to you guys, okay? If you didn't buy up there, let's say you didn't, and you held your money, you were waiting to buy, and this price came up, would you buy here? Or would you be like, you know what, now I'm out? You probably wouldn't say now I'm out. If you didn't buy at any of these places and you saw it here, you'd be like, this is it. This is the spot to buy. Previous areas of resistance, previous areas of support, historical significance at this area. We're really close to the golden ratio. This is the area where it makes sense to buy. Not a lot of volume at all for the move that we've seen, right? When you get a big candle with not a lot of volume, that normally means it's a illegitimate move. Most of the time, sometimes they become legitimate, but most of the time it's not. It's like a foretelling of the falsehood of the direction, right? So I would expect that we see a sharp recovery over the coming weeks, over the coming months especially. But for right now, guys, I know it's trying times. I mean, we literally are at the lowest reads that we've been in since like over a year from now in the crypto fear and greed index. I know people are feeling it, but just hold through, guys. Hold through. Everything, every single price target that I've been talking about since May, June of 2023, right? And since then, it's all still on the table. None of that has changed. None of that has changed. Absolutely. 13K is the minimum price target that I personally have for Bitcoin Cash this cycle. 23.2K is the genuine target that I hold, that I think we're going to achieve by the end of the cycle. Okay? And the course, and this was in its first like half year of existence, but from that low to high there, this is actually taking more time. That actually went on longer, right? You can see it went on a little bit longer. If we did that same move here, right, that would take us to new all-time highs based off of this chart from around the current price. This is actually even a little bit lower than the current price, and that would be by March of next year, right? And then from there, all we have to do for the rest of the cycle is see like a 2 or 3x, and then we're up in this target area, right? Still very, very doable. I don't expect necessarily that it'll be this strong, but I definitely don't think that it'll be this weak for the rest of the cycle. So we have more than enough time, in my opinion, to see this 13K to 23K target come into play. October 2025 is whenever I think it's going to happen. So essentially like up in here, man. Just a straight move up. I don't know. We'll see. Time will tell. But that's all I got to say, guys. That's really it. Hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. We're sitting at about 310 right now. The 4 hour is the most bearish that it's been in a very long time. The 1 hour looks disgusting. Let's get some good looks here on the 15-minute. There we go. But that doesn't mean much, does it? It just means in the short term, for short-term traders, day traders, you guys might be able to make a play here. But on the daily, we might have a setup where we could have some bullish divergence, and that could promote some serious growth out of this, right? But time will tell. We'll see. And that's all I got to say. So one last time, hit that like button. I'll see you guys on the next one. Happy 4th of July. Farewell, my friends. Take care.